Hello everyone, my name's Altair, and today I'm introducing a new character I'll be playing through Fallout 4 with, named Shane. Shane is a very damaged man. He fought in the Sino-American War within the 2nd Battalion of the 108th Infantry Regiment. During his service, Shane's squad, bunkered within hastily dug trenches, was surrounded during an assault on the Chinese mainland. Due to communication difficulties with mainland US, they were taken completely by surprise, and the Chinese forces, who had no intention of taking prisoners, began to slaughter the American squad. Shane quickly emerged from the trenches to defend his brothers in arms, but when he aimed down his assault rifle's barrel and went to pull the trigger, his gun jammed, leaving Shane completely defenseless. The Chinese forces took quick advantage of this, firing at Shane, striking him twice, and sending him hurtling back into the trenches, now puddled with blood. Face down in the mud, Shane looked up in terror as he saw his friends, one after another, shot down. Raging with fury, Shane grabbed the closest thing to him, a shovel he used to dig the very trench he lay in, and struck out at the Chinese forces now invading the American dugout. In bloodlust, Shane brutally cut down 3 enemy soldiers, screaming like a madman as he did. This quickly drew the attention of the remaining Chinese forces, who were nearly done eliminating the rest of Shane's squad. With the only other option being certain death, Shane made a quick retreat out the back end of the trenches and into the forest. He was the only one to walk away from the assault. Through sheer strength and endurance, Shane was able to trek back to a more fortified American base and reveal the location of the approaching Chinese forces. With this information, the American soldiers were able to counter what would have been a second, larger, and even more devastating surprise attack. Following this, Shane was honorably discharged due to his injuries and deteriorating psychological health with a Medal of Honor. Back home, Shane never quite forgot what he saw and what he did that day in China. Nora and Sean helped him make progress, but Shane was truly ever hanging on by a thread. And after what happened in Vault 111, well, whatever good was left in Shane was no longer. Shane doesn't believe his son is alive, and doesn't care for the plights of the people of the Commonwealth. Any time spent messing around with the main quest will be purely for Shane's personal gain, and no one else's. He can't escape the war in his head, and is in constant fight or flight mode. The only thing that brings Shane any peace is fighting and killing, and he chooses to do so with melee weapons these days, as he's always had trouble trusting firearms after his jammed in China. Is Shane an evil man? Probably not. But is he going to do a lot of evil things? Absolutely. With seemingly nothing to live for, Shane's only aspiration is to win a war no one else is really fighting. Shane is going to travel across the waste and beyond, actually seeking out the strongest enemies. Fight as he will, Shane can never win his war, but I promise you, he'll stop at nothing to try. We join Shane in Concord, where his thirst for blood has been momentarily quenched after eradicating a band of raiders as well as a Deathclaw. He sent the Minutemen packing, a mercy in his mind, and only did so because of the cover fire Preston provided and the tip the gang gave him of a diamond city in the center of the Commonwealth. That was his first objective, he thought, looking down at his rusty tire iron. If he was going to win his war, he was going to need a bigger weapon.